5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shadowfox, I believe you're up.
I am, right. So I'm debating if I want to get in on some of this Tornado Alley action.
You're going to have to beat at least a 4.
Doable.
Yeah, because I know what one of the minions in your deck is. You have some big dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. The question is I don't know if I want Phil getting all those cards back in his hand.
Oh, that's the thing.
I could smash one of them.
I could smash one, but I'm not sure I want to.
You know what? So hang on. So if I do a talent,
Yeah,
that is not an action. That is a talent.
yeah, that doesn't get that's a you, but you can only do one talent per round, I believe.
That's fine. So, okay, you know what we're gonna do? Bruiser is gonna use his talent to gain +2 power.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna use the action Survival of the Fittest. Destroy the lowest power minion you choose in case of a tie on each base with a higher power minion. So any bases that happen to have multiple minions on, such as the Central Brain and Tornado Alley.
Ooh.
So, you know, that Psychologist, because that's a 3, which is tied with the lowest.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
So that goes back to your hand, at least.
Yes, it does.
Escape hatch.
Yeah, they can't really do much about that anyway, but do that.
And then is Hammerhead going to die?
Hammerhead must die, I'm afraid.
No, I can't even save him. So that takes that down by 5 to a 10.
Then I'm going to play Huffy over here to the Tornado Alley, which gives it 3, but...
Isn't it? That's it?
I feel like there's still one more. 11, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's 21 on here. Still,
Is
isn't
it 21? Sorry.
21.
So yeah, something I did do while we were chatting was I forgot the Steam Man got his +1 back from Escape Hatch.
But also, Tornado Alley, after the first time you play a minion here each turn, you may move another minion here from another base.
Yes, you can. Oh,
here comes Bruiser. So he loses one of his bonus points for not being on the thing anymore.
Yeah. By the way, you moved a minion here, didn't you?
I did move a minion here.
And he played a minion, so you can draw 2 cards.
But that means I still have +4 on this one. 2, 3, 4. Oh, I hit 25.
Hey. So do I draw 2 cards from my Imperial Dragon or just the 1?
Plays or moves a card. Yeah, he's played and moved a card. So
2.
Yep.
Okay.
And I will finish my turn by drawing.
You draw after the bases drawn. Just don't play those 2 cards.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, those are.
Okay.
I can't play
anyway. Anyone have any cards to play before the base breaks?
So what's people's points then? You've got.
I've got 4, so I think I'm losing.
So Earth gets pushed out.
So
I have 7.
7.
You have 6.
6.
Phil still has a lot with his 5.
Yeah, I've got 9.
Okay, then I play Intimidating Presence now to make sure that everyone else loses 1 per minion.
Everyone else loses 1 per minion?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, my shark's out of it anyway.
So you're down to 7. I'm down to 5.
And I'm still on 6.
So it still pops, doesn't it?
Oh, it still pops. Yeah.
But I'm still on 4.
But I'm now on 3 as opposed to Shadowfox being on 3.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I could do something.
If you want to do it, do it.
Is it worth it for the 1 point?
That's what you've got to question.
I don't think so. Not right now.
Okay, then.
So, yeah, end of turn. So I get...
Everyone scores. So Vijay returns his minions to his hand. Escape hatch is discarded. Yeah. So Vijay gains 4 points. It goes up to 9. That's screwed a load of my plans up, I'll tell you that now.
Happy to help.
I get 3 and Shadowfox gets 2.
Yes. Yep. And we get a new location.
New location is Tortuga. A 4-3-2 base with breaking point of 21. The runner-up may move one of their minions to the base that replaces this base.
So the runner-up is specifically second place. If there's a tie for second place, both players can do it.
Okay.
So, yeah, that swung the tables. Just a little bit. Vidra is now in the lead, followed by Shadowfox, and then me and the Random Genius are tied. But it is the Random Genius's turn. I think just leave those
I'm in a very weak position.
These are just...
everyone is apart from technically Shadowfox. There's only 1 minion left. there's 2 minions left on the board.
Yes.
There's Disco Lou in the central brain, and there is the War Raptor in the deep.
Yeah, which is got.
Yes, I forgot to remove my minion from it.
And we got what?
But it is the Random Genius's turn to start.
Right. Well, in which case, I'm going to play Disco Lou in the fairy circle.
Hey.
Which allows me to play an extra action or place an action from my discard pile on the top of my deck. I think I'm going to see what I've got in terms of actions. You know what? I'm going to bring back Intimidating Presence and put that on the top of the deck.
Oh. Oof. So that's your minion. You've still got action.
Well, Fairy Circle allows me to play another minion.
Oh, that is true, yes.
After your first time.
Well, that is his first time.
That is my first time.
Yeah, but it says each turn after your first time.
Yeah, so that is his first time, so he can play one more minion.
After the first time you play a minion here each turn. So each minion per turn, you can then play an extra minion.
An extra free minion,
yeah. And I'm going to play a Hatchling for 2. Hatchling has an ongoing ability. After another player plays or moves a minion here, it gets -1 power to the end of the turn.
The minion or Hatchling?
The minion.
Okay.
After you moves a minion here, it gets -1 power to the end of the turn. Yeah.
And I still have a standard action to play, don't I?
You do.
And you know what? I'm going to play. What do I do? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to play Last Dance on the central brain. Each player may destroy a minion they control. For each minion actually destroyed, its controller gets 1 victory point. Goodbye, Disco Lou. It was nice knowing you. I get a victory point.
Ooh, fair enough. And he's the only one that can do that because it was the only person with a minion there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Does also mean central brain is now clear again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I draw 2 to finish my turn. And I'm back up to 10.
You have unfortunately royally screwed some of my plans. However, I think I can work around this. So, my first action for the turn, play an extra minion here. Okay, so it has to specifically be there. That's annoying, but I can still work with this. Right, I'm going to play Glimmer to the fairy circle. Glimmer, unfortunately, due to the hatchling, gets -1 for this turn, but that's fine. I can live with that. So it's now a free. Can't use its talent yet, but its talent is until the start of my next turn, I can either make another minion -4 to a minimum of 0, or add 1 to my own minion. However, because it is still power level 3, I use Freaking Laser Beam. I choose one of my minions, destroy a minion with power equal or lower to that power at the base they're in. So, Glimmer is 3, Hatchling is 2. Goodbye, Hatchling. And as a special, I can play Mako. After you destroy a minion on any base, you may play this minion there as an extra minion.
Nice.
So that's just a free minion I get to place there. And I still get to play a bonus minion to the fairy circle anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Puck, which allows me to play an extra action card or draw a card. And I'm actually going to play an action card. I'm going to play Air Jaws. Move Puck to a new location and destroy a minion with 3 or less power at that location. Goodbye, War Raptor.
Oh, the chaos.
And I'm going to play a Mako who can play at a card after I've destroyed a minion. So yeah, I've played 4 minions this turn.
Yes, and you've really hurt the board, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
There you go. I've just put your card back, Shadow Fox.
Unfortunately, that is all I can do this turn, thankfully. So I'm just going to draw my 2. I've thankfully gotten rid of a load of cards out of my hand as well, which I really needed. So yeah, that's the end of my turn. I've changed some numbers around somewhere. That now goes back up to 10. The hatchling is only till the end of the turn, right? It's not a permanent -1.
I wouldn't know. It's now discarded.
You still read it, yeah, until the end of the turn.
Till the end of the turn, yeah. I was trying to be as awkward as possible.
So the fairy circle is now on 10, and the deep is on 5, and it's now Vijay's turn.
Right, I'm going to drag the professor out and going to put it down on the fairy circle.
Yeah.
So, and after the first time you play on a minion here each turn, you may play an extra minion here. So I will play. Let's see what I'm looking at. I will play D-Man.
All the returning crew.
Yes, and for something different, I will play the Difference Engine on a base. Ongoing, if you have a minion here, draw an extra card at the end of your turn.
God damn it.
And because now Steam Man gets a +1 because I have a power on the base.
Yeah, action on the base.
All right.
And then you get to draw 3 cards. And you have to draw the 3 cards and discard down.
I have to draw cards, and then I need to discard down. Okay. What to discard? All right, I'm getting rid of you.
I don't think anyone's ever going to take Boogie Wonderland now. It just doesn't feel like it's worth it.
I mean, I can.
I mean, you could, yes, that's true. I suppose it's still good if you need cards. Vija is taking his time to decide. So, Shadowfox, do you want to?
Oh, I've
you've already
done my discard, so it's round to Shadowfox. I'm just reading my cards and plotting and scheming quietly.
In that case, we're going to bring out the Laser Tops, which, believe it or not, while it's a Triceratops with a bunch of guns on it, again, it's still a Dino card, not a Transformer card. But we're in the deep. First off, the Laser Tops destroy a minion of power 2 or less on this base. Oh, look, that Mako.
Yeah.
He's 2 or less. Oh, look, the deep. After you play a minion power of 4 or more, here you may destroy a minion with less power. Oh, look, there goes that power.
Nice.
The deep is mine. Get out of here.
Yes, the fish and fairies weren't welcome in the water. Electric dinosaurs makes so much more sense.
Excuse you, electric dinosaurs with jetpacks. As I apply a jetpack to my Ceratops. Play on one of your minions ongoing. This minion has the ability talent. Move this minion to another base and give it -1 power. It's basically the same as the Huffy card that I had, but in a talent mode. And that's my action and monster. And I will draw back up. Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Random genius.
Right. So I'm going to play an action.
Mm-hmm.
Staying alive.
Huh.
Choose one of my minions in play. Place a copy of it from your discard pile in my hand.
Okay.
Disco Lou.
Disco Lou is coming back from the dead.
I think Disco Lou's your only card on the field, isn't it?
Shush.
Yes.
Disco never dies.
Disco never dies.
So that's your action.
That's my action. Yes. I am going to now play. I'm going to play Disco Lou in the deep. Disco Lou is a power 4. That means I can't get rid of the Laser Tops, which is fine. I do not want to get rid of the Laser Tops as the deep power, but I can play another action if I so wish.
Do it.
Yes. So I'm going to play the power of Raise on Tortuga. Raise prevents all base actions from happening. Tortuga no longer has the runner-up bonus.
Interesting.
Okay.
So now it's just a base that you can just claim and grab.
I mean, it's still worth a decent amount of points.
It's still worth a decent amount of points, but it should make it a bit more engaging for some people.
One would hope.
And that is that, actually. I'm going to... I'll draw 2, and that's my turn.
Now, the thing I worry about is, at the moment, I want to get rid of more of Vija's cards, but I do not have the power to do it on the Fairy Circle. I could claim it, but it's still going to power up Vija even more. But I feel like I have to do it to stop Vija getting the 4 points.
I don't know what you're on about.
I don't know what you're on about either.
So I'm going to play the Great White at the Fairy Circle.
Okay.
So that brings it up by 4. I can't use the talent at the moment. But I can use the talent of Glimmer, which does put a bit of a spin on things. So I'm going to use Glimmer's talent to reduce the Professor's power
by 4.
Yeah.
So it takes it down to 1.
The is now down to 1.
Okay.
Now this does affect the base counter now because it's not currently broken.
Yeah.
It's not been broken yet. I can still play another card. I can still play another minion here thanks to Fairy Circle. So I'm going to play Puck. And this time I'm actually going to draw a card for the action. Okay, and I think I'm going to play the card I just drew and play Torn Apart. Destroy a minion of power 3 or less and draw a card. The Professor currently has less than 3 power. Bye, Professor.
Fair enough.
He goes down 1 more to 21.
And then I get to draw a card. Also, I destroyed a minion. That means another Mako comes out.
God blimey.
And that is the end of my turn, so I draw 2 cards. I've had some interesting interactions. God damn it.
So, okay.
So yes, the fairy circle is now on 23 out of 26, so it is ready to blow. So yes, Vija, please go ahead. Sorry, I think I may have screwed up your plan slightly.
No, absolutely not.
Oh dear.
It's I'm still going to follow a particular path.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you break the base, you would still come in second, so you still get 3 points.
Which I am perfectly happy with. It's just, okay, well, I changed my tactics a bit going forward.
So many sharks.
There's a lot of sharks.
Yeah, I can't do enough to you, unfortunately.
Oh, were you going to try and get rid of a lot of my cards?
I can impact you rather significantly, but it's not enough. So,
Yay, loads of sharks.
So yeah, it's just okay.
I've also been very conservative with my Makos. I had 5 in my hand at one point, and I assumed I could only play 1 for each minion I destroyed, rather than playing all 5.
Yeah,
I
think that's right.
So I'm going to start off by playing Scrap Diving. Can you guess which one I'm retrieving?
Oh,
I want Escape Hatch back.
Fair enough.
It's more for later. But
yeah, because you can't play it this turn.
I can't play it this turn.
Unless you have a minion that lets you.
Unless you have Disco Lou.
And then I'm going to play the Psychologist for 3, which breaks the fairy circle.
But you can finish the rest of your turn first. So do you want to play an extra minion here? I don't see a reason why you would want to.
I don't see a reason why I would
Or you can play an extra action card. So you could put Escape Hatch straight on there and keep those 2.
I don't need to keep them, which should scare you.
Not really. So no,
not really, no.
Stuff. So okay, is that you ending that there and letting the base break?
I am ending it there and letting the base break.
Okay. Excellent. Anybody want to play any cards that they can before the base breaks?
I will play a card.
Oh no.
I will survive after a base scores, but technically it's the same thing here.
Yeah.
I can return one of my minions to my hand instead of the discard pile.
Oh, that's a good play.
Yeah. So Disco Lou. Disco still doesn't die.
Disco Lou never dies.
Okie dokie. Anybody else want to play any cards?
I got no horse in that game, or that race, so
fair enough.
Not much point.
So we're scoring up. Disco Lou is 4, and I think that's last place.
Yeah.
Vija has 7.
So I get second place with 3 points.
3 points.
Yeah.
And I have 4, 6, 10, 13, 15. I think I come in first.
Enjoy your 4 points.
To be fair, there was a lot of smaller minions in there to make up the total.
Yes. And to remind everyone of the scoring where we are at the moment, in last place, we have Shadow Stalker with 7.
Shadow Fox.
Shadow Fox, sorry. Shadow Fox with 7.
That's a long
The
go.
Random Genius is next with 9. Earthheart after that with 10. And I've got the target painted on my backside with 12.
Yeah, you are 3 points away from winning.
All we have left on the table is we got some points on the deep with Lou and the laser tops.
And we have a new base
still pretty clean pickings.
Our new base is the Truck Stop, a 3-2-1 base with breaking point of 18. At the start of your turn, you may transfer an action played on another base to here, or from here to another base.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. So that could suddenly, with some of the cards that already exist on the table, such as Ruins.
Oh yeah, you could transfer Ruin over there.
Yeah.
Thereby making it a 2-1 nothing.
Yeah. So with that though, shall we do another round of discussion?
Yes. I think another round of discussions is worthwhile.
Okay. Shadow Fox, Vija, who's going to go?
I can give it a quick little whirl.
Go for it.
I've been continuing to do the streaming when I'm off work, at least. So I've kind of gone through a few games this month, most of which I'll explain my points on during the stream, but I'll give them a quick run over. So we'll start with Ghost Trick, which was, if you actually listen to our games of the year, which was...
greatest games of all time.
Greatest games of all time, yeah, sorry, games of all time. Certain games of all time, just games of all time. not in any particular order for some
Mine
of
were
us.
the greatest games of all time.
Yeah, I'd say
They were our goats. That's what the title of the streams are. So.
Yes, I mean great puzzle game with the best game dog in Missile. Played Owlboy, which was a competent enough kind of platforming game that looked pretty. Didn't necessarily grab me in any particular way, but that was fun. I Am Future, which was a sort of isometric kind of a survival game. That was only a demo though. Okami as well, which was your Poison.
Yes,
for me.
It's a game I genuinely really enjoyed.
Yes, and a game I will be
as well.
I did enjoy it, and I'm going to go back to that. I'm waiting for work to clear up a little bit so I could sit down and I'll at least put a few more sessions into that. I don't know how. It depends on how long I end up spending on that, because apparently it can be a bit of a...
Certainly to 100%, it's a bit of a long one. The story doesn't take that long, but obviously doing the additional stuff will power you up to make the rest of the game easier.
Yeah. It was Biomutant, which was that kind of weird sort of create your own little creature and go around the world. It was almost like a Far Cry-esque sort of game with like Arkham-style combat.
Like I really don't know what to describe that one as. It was weird.
It was weird, yeah. I mean, no, weird is nice. You get something a little different. And then off stream, I tried playing a little bit of Oblivion for a while. I tried going back and just seeing, can I mod this into something fun? And the short answer is yes, I can. For about 30 minutes or so, and then it crashes, dies, and
what mod did you apply, or do we not want to know?
No, I mean, like a lot of just basic, just things that make it more like HD mods, better graphics, better render distance. Although one of the times I just tried cranking the render distance up to max and it just crashed it there and then, and I'm like,
that's not surprising.
No, so try the patch for try the bug fix patch and this patch and that, and I got it to go for a little while, but yeah, then it would still occasionally just crash on me. It's like, all right, well, fair enough. Put them onto the side because I just thought, I just wanted to try it. But then in terms of games I actually played, the biggest one for the year for this previous session was it was Palia, which was that sort of the farming village life MMO sort of similar, like sort of Stardew Valley-esque kind of game. It's definitely still early access. We're still in the beta. And it definitely feels a little bare bones at the moment. It's no different to like a Stardew Valley game. Like pretty much similar in that you get like you can grow crops and they got a star level. You can go out and catch bugs and go fishing and mine ores to make better things. But once you've kind of reached a point, all that's kind of left is just a carrying on of like increasing your relationships with the people in the village. Like the whole MMO part is still a little on the lackluster side, and the fact that you can only have like 9 plots of like farming land means, because you get this whole big plot, and the idea is you can make a giant house, which I'm in the process of doing, but you end up with so much space and not much to fill it with. But I think the idea is that you're going to end up having sort of like cattle and other creatures there to look after like later on. So it's a fun game. I'm definitely enjoying it. I still pop on every once in a while. But it's not something that's a full game experience yet.
So you're looking forward to the future?
I'm looking forward to the future. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing more of the MMO parts of it, because they've got one event going on right now. I think it's like the Majari Festival, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. Which there's some stuff there. There's some new stuff, some new things you can buy to decorate your house with, some new food items, and what appears to, like a couple of quests, and what appears to be one mini game, which it's one of those awkward ones where it's like, cool, go and grab these little chapper thingies, which are like the little like mascot, cute, not raccoons, not pandas, not dog, wild creatures, but mystical thing. Grab them and take them back to the pen. But you're playing against everyone on the server. So everyone is like standing at the spawn points and just mashing the pickup button and hoping that they get it first and then run it to the thing. So it's one of those, it's like the closest to player versus player in the game. But as such, sometimes like I've had ones where it's like out of the like 16 players in the like shard that are playing, I've managed to get 10 out of the 100. And other times I've got 1 or 2 out of the 100. It's just feels a little not quite there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's. I mean, I would like it to do well. It's a game that I have hopes for something to just play in the background, make myself a big old farm, and look after. So yeah, that was pretty much. That's actually honestly kind of it for games, other than the usual Ark and stuff with dinos, which is why I've chosen such things for this deck. But I watched. We'll start with the freshest in my mind, which is the new Adventure Time Fiona and Cake stuff. I don't know if anyone is avoiding spoilers at all or anything.
I didn't even know there was another Adventure Time special.
Yes, it's the I say, speaking of something that was rather funny that I saw the other day. Adventure Time came back for Distant Lands, ended and came back for this since the time the latest Elder Scrolls was announced. Whatever one that's 6 they're going to bring out eventually. But yes, they're doing this thing where it's like this version of it is for people who grew up with Adventure Time. This is now like a rated like 14 plus kind of show. So the kids who grew up with it are now kind of have a slightly more mature show to go to. It's still a 14. It's kind of like the Samurai Jack approach, where it's like there's a little bbit more sort of violence. Like all the times when they would like shy away from that in the show, they're kind of okay showing it here, and they've got a lot of voice actors who had bit parts for certain characters are now kind of main parts in this show. So you got Marshall Lee, because it's all based on the Ice King's in-world fan fiction of Finn and Jake, Fiona and Cake. But it's a multiverse show effectively with things that are going on. But it's nice to see certain characters come back again. Like I feel like we must be something like 20 years later after the show ended, and how the world has like changed with all the humans coming back. But yes, that's 2 episodes in. It's on HBO Max in the US. It's not out in the UK yet, so you'll have to find other methods.
Fun.
Yeah. And then I also finished up Good Omens the other day as well, which is season 2 from the minds of Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, although this series is more exclusively Gaiman's work.
It's Neil Gaiman with help from a UK radio scriptwriter called John Finnemore.
Yes,
probably most famous known for creating a sitcom called Cabin Pressure, which is about a struggling airline trying to stay afloat, and was probably famous for having Benedict Cumberbatch in its cast before he got famous. Well worth listening to if you enjoy general British comedy. It's well written, well scripted, and as Arthur in the show would say, brilliant.
I'll have to put that on the docket again. But yeah, so this series of Good Omens was a little bit. They brought it back a bit. Like they had a lower budget and such, and it's a much more compressed story. But it's one that I was not expecting. I would say it had a lot more of a twists and turns that I was just not ready for or expecting. Again, lots of good character points, lots of more backstory about the Azrael and Crowley, more about their relationship. This one leans heavy into their relationship.
It does rather, yes. That just sort of lifts it for me, is because it's a case of this isn't just about them trying to stop the end of the world. This is more about their story.
Yeah, this is their and the story of their street effectively, and the lives of those who live among it. Ending on a very interesting note, but also ending on a note because there wasn't a Good Omens second book, but there were plans and talks between Pratchett and Gaiman about what would happen in the next book, and the next season seems to go from those plans, from what I heard and read.
That's what I've read as well, as the fact that they had planned a sequel to Good Omens, but Pratchett gave his blessing to Gaiman to carry on without him because of his Alzheimer's, so yeah. And then it was just a case of, in order to get to that point, they didn't know what to do So they couldn't just start there. They needed to have some lead up. So technically, I think they planned season 2 to be the lead up to what Good Omens, the second book, would be.
Yes. Yeah, it's sort of like, I guess in a way, it's like a filler season, but it's all good stuff in there. It's not padding. It's worth the watch. And I imagine it wouldn't make much sense to see the third season without it, because you'd be missing a pretty big
one, yes.
Pretty big one. Yeah, and the last thing I watched this month that was of relative interest was the new Venture Brothers movie. Raiden is the blood of the baboon's heart, which is a title which only literally makes sense. Is like, I don't know, it makes sense at the very end, and that's about it. The whole point of it is so bizarre. But The Venture Brothers was one of those shows that was on Adult Swim. It kind of came to an end with a lot of unanswered questions, and it still has a few, but it's at least tidied up a bunch of. It's one of those shows where it's like the creator would really have loved to have a little bit more, but he's made do with what he's got. But no, yeah, all the characters in that are absolutely fantastic. Again, you've still got the Monarch being his absolute super evil villain self with great laughter, his henchman 21 Gary, who is again he's just a giant nerd about things, and it's one of those shows where as you watch it go, it's like, oh, these people who were just bit like joke characters have become main stars again, and they all just work well together. You got was it Clancy Brown as Red Death? He's in, so you got his voice, which is great to listen to. Patrick, it's Patrick Warburton, the guy who's the Kronk, and
it's Patrick Warburton.
Warburton, yeah, as bodyguard Brock, who is the ultimate killing machine. It's over the top and absolutely crazy. And I'd still love one more movie just to finish up those last little bits about like Jonas Venture and all that stuff. But I was enjoying it and laughing pretty much all the way through. So it looks great as well. It's to watch what happened from like where they started with what was essentially like in Flash 2D images, like just with so few frames moving, and now you've actually got this whole great looking show with special effects going on. But yes, that would be my I guess month and a bit.
Yeah, sadly, Venture Bros, my only real interaction with it has been through Poker Night 2 from Telltale.
Yes, yeah, that's Brock's in there. It's like I had like when I was like I saw that and had no idea what the hell Venture Brothers was, and it only came to me a little somewhat recently. Like I think it might have even been during its downtime before the movie. Either that or it was like towards the end of the last season.
Yeah, so it's one of those ones that I've kind of looked into. Do I now try and watch it because of Poker Night? I just never got around to it because I very, very rarely watch anything. So
yeah, like with like so many seasons, it gets intimidating after a while.
Yeah,
like Adventure Time, which is another one of my docket of maybe not
10 seasons, think plus specials.
And then I've got the pile of DVDs behind me, like Samurai Jack, which we also mentioned.
Yeah.
Watch them.
Give me more time. I need time. Find me time to do it. Make more time in the day. I wish.